simply talking about equity, the ability of everybody in the society to be free, to have access to the goods in the society. A situation in which there's a fair play. Nobody is having what others do not have. So we social justice it when we now define it technically as justice in law, which means it has become technical, and then there's a push towards it. Everybody is saying we need to make it happen. We need to have social justice in our society. Another way I could explain social justice is that it justifies government intervention in the society. You know, our government must not be away from us. Each time they should just be with us. They have been voted in through democracy, government of the people, by the people, and it's for the people. So they are to do their job of having things equally shared in the society. It's a long-standing concept, equal wealth, equal opportunities, equal privileges within the society. And once the government is making sure it happens, then it is social justice. The relevance is that in our society, there are a few things that we have put in place. But despite the fact that they are in place, we don't enforce them. So when you choose a day to mark or a day to celebrate, it reminds you that it is existing. So having a Social Justice Day means it's an opportunity, like I'm on air now, for us all to come together, think about the day, speak more about the issues, discuss what it is actually all about. So it is remarkable that social justice is not just a concept out there in the dictionary, a concept out there in the classroom, a concept out there that is not being enforced. A celebration, remarking the days, brings it out as a topic that we need to discuss. And it's all about fairness. Can we all have justice? Can we have fairness in the society? Can we say everybody have fairness in terms of major things that we're all supposed to have in life? Shelter, food, security. Can we say this is shared equitably? We talk about gender, for instance, the women, the men. Are we given the same equity to men and women? In religion, do we say the same equity that is being given to religion A is being given to religion B? The individuals in the society, minorities. We always emphasize the issue of minorities. Majorities, do we say that all the minorities in the society are enjoying equally, just like the majorities? We put in some major tribes about others, and it brings us into all concepts like tribalism, nepotism. Like if we bring it right home in Nigeria, we will say that the present government, in case of appointment, that there's no lopsidedness of appointment. Can we say that there is no dichotomy between the North and the South, the East? Is everybody fairly treated? So Social Justice Day is a day to remind ourselves that if you are in an institution, for instance, or you work in a ministry, or you even work in a company, are you much more fairer to those people that are your own relations, your friends, than others in that institution? So it's a day to mark fairness. If there's no social justice in a country, there can't be development, because there's going to be rancor, acrimony. People are going to be fighting. There will be no peace. There will be war. And once there is war, there is no way we can have development. Development is usually entrenched in peace. peace, unity, and progress, they all go together. If there's no peace, if there's no unity, there can't be progress. So for us to have peace in our nation, Nigeria, we must have unity, we must have respect for each tribes in the nation, we must have respect for each gender in the nation, we must have respect for which individual, irrespective of class, whether you are educated, you are an illiterate, there must be respect for human dignity, for God making us in his image. I always emphasize that our Creator, when he was making us, he made us in his own image, and he expects us to respect ourselves, and he expects us ultimately to be happy. And when there is social justice, when there is fairness, the nation will grow, because people will be able to interact and work together. When you are not even happy, when you feel cheated, when you feel your rightful position has not been given to you, when some people are intimidating you and making you unhappy, and they're making sure that what is your right eludes you, and then you're supposed to work, how do you contribute to development? So development always will go with social justice in the society. What a question, because I'm good at rating. You know, as a teacher, we're always marking scripts. You look at some scripts and you're just like, this is 30%, it's a retake, come back. We look at some scripts and we just say, let my people go, it's a 40%. And we look at some scripts and it's a 70%. You just say, this is 70, 75, this is A+. Social justice in my nation, Nigeria, for now, I'm going to rate 1 to 10 as 3.5.
No, 1 to 100.
1 to 100 instead of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, that's in percentage. That makes it easy. Yeah. 35. I'm talking about 35% here. I'm saying I won't even pass it as 40, which is, it's okay. You know, 40 is that borderline of let my people go. But once it comes down below 40, you're saying, hey, give it a look. If it's a student in class, you say, come and repeat the class, that's a receipt. It's a carryover. Something is wrong here. So in the present day Nigeria, with this our government, even the youth clamoring, you can imagine the NSAS program, you can imagine what has been happening currently in the Yoruba land, Fulani headsmen, the issue of the Middle Belt, agitation, even Biafra that has become an history, people waking up again to say, hey, we want a country of our own because we can't see the Igbos in government. It means that social justice, fairness, equality in our nation, Nigeria, is not at its peak. It's not even at its average, because normally result is the game. If there's social justice, everybody is going to be happy. People will be rejoicing. There's going to be a status, there's going to be an equilibrium of peace. But present day Nigeria, the complaint, it's all over. I read in the newspaper every day, can President Buhari work on his lopsided appointment? That just like the North is too comfortable, the Fulanis that belong to the tribe of the president are being pampered. The complaints are there. The Yorubas are complaining, South complaining, Southwest complaining, Southeast is complaining. So given this opportunity of social justice there, I'll be saying to the present APC government that they need to sit up when it comes to equality. Play down on nepotism, play down on tribalism. Look and fish out right people to do the right things in the right places, so that we all will just be joyful. It's a big nation. God made us diversified, and our strength should be in our diversification. Our strength should be in unity, and then in unity we can now progress. So I will just fail Nigeria woefully, and I'll say this should be a new beginning today as we celebrate the World Social Justice we should check ourselves, we should wake up, and we should move to the next level in our nation, Nigeria. You know, before this present government came in, one of their points for campaign was that there's going to be restructuring. I remember there's a panel later set up, being chaired by Governor El Rufai of Kaduna State for restructuring, because people were agitating. Let's restructure it. Let's have the state balance of the north and the south. Let's have a balance. Like, I'm from Kwara State, I'm Yoruba. If there's an adjustment that Yoruba person should be from Osun State, let's balance our borders. Let's balance, let's work on our police, state policing. All these issues were laid down in the national confab by the government before the PDP government, before the APC government. So everybody was just like, after now we'll be going to the national confab where we could have a lot of adjustment with restructuring of the country, so that we can say we now have a lot of equity, a lot of balancing. But it has not been so since the government came in, had the first 4 years, and now they almost finished with another 1 year, which is 5th year. So I will be encouraging that if there's going to be a moving forward in this nation, although some people are already saying restructuring is too late, they should decentralize, regionalize Nigeria. I will still say we could still do a good job at restructuring. And I was impressed when the federal government sometime last year called for constitutional review. Just like if you have anything in the Constitution that you don't like, why don't you submit to Omagege's panel at the Senate? And I remember I had a number of what I don't really like in Nigerian Constitution, which I packaged and was sent in about 20 positional papers, some for women. I said to have women in politics, the way it's supposed to be, the way this year in the US we have Kamala Harris. We also, thank God, we have Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala now in the WT. All women are moving forward, but I was asking for a standardization of position of women managing gender, in which you have what I usually refer to as free zone for women, 30%. No man contests there, even with their billions. Women contest among themselves. And during the EndSARS, I extended the same advice. I said, can we also have free zone for the youths? A free zone that only youths contest. So 30% for the youths, 30% for the women, and then the remaining 40% for our daddies. And then they also compete among themselves. It's like you have a home, a 3-bedroom flat home, and you just say, this is children's room, girls' room, boys' room, mommy and daddy's master bedroom. Children don't go to master bedroom, and dad don't also need to say, because I'm in charge, today I've decided to sleep in the girls' room in the house. So we compartmentalize our political activities in such a way that everybody is given an opportunity to live and let live. So if this government will move in the direction in which they have started of constitutional review, I know it's going to help us in social justice. If they will also go for pick up back JEG's national confab and get people to work on it, it's also going to give us a lot of fairness. But a situation in which when you just appoint, we can't even find the women in those appointments. And most time during the time of election, we know the number of women that have come up to vote. We, you know, the normal man-woman ratio 1:4. So we just like over 70%, and the youths in their numbers are out. And then when it is time for appointments, even both elective, and we won't find the women there, we won't find the youths there. And if those two sects in the society, the two sectors of youths and women in the society are not happy, how will our fathers be happy? So I'll remind us on this Social World Social Justice Day of restructuring Nigeria. and I will also, and of going back to our national confirm, and of going back to our former regionalization, and taking a look at what we gained when we were there, so that at the end of the day, nobody will sit down and say General Muhammadu Buhari just came to pamper only his people. And we can see this is deteriorating into insecurity. Once you feel more privileged than others, you cheat them further. So you can't just say, it's my turn in the north to have power, then they give you power. Then you say, in addition to power, I know I have power, I have money, I also want life. And then you start killing people. In fact, the people in governance, if it is the North ruling, they're the ones to stop killing at all. When we had problem with militants in South South, immediately Goodluck Jonathan came in. They were just quiet. Once you take power, you go quiet. You have all the money, you have all the power, you have all the name. You are just the one in power. Then it's time to pamper others, to be balanced, not the time to also take their lives in addition to taking the money and taking the position. And God will really need to help Nigeria, and that is why I just say it's a 30% thing, and we need to zero in on a restructuring as well as a constitutional review, and we need to put our youths in their rightful position, our women in their rightful positions, the educated in the society in their rightful positions. What they can do, don't give illiterates. The different tribes and their if Yorubas had the educated ones academically, give it to them. If we need to eat in the north, give the food support to north. If there is what the east can provide, so let it be, and so is south. So we need to make everybody very happy. And as we're doing it up in Nigeria and in Africa, in the world as a whole, globally, we need to bring it down to our offices, our ministries, our companies, and finally to our home. You know, some women are just bearing up in marriage because there's no fairness in their home. In love, they have already become, the wedding ring and the circle is now holding them. They are unhappy. They're just managing, the man's car is here, and they are cringing just because daddy has come out. Children are running under the chair. That is because there is no fairness in that home. So let there be fairness. My message for today: let there be fairness in our homes. Let there be fairness in our families. Let there be fairness in our local government, in our state, in our nation as a whole. Let there be fairness, I say, in Africa and then in the entire globe. Before I say happy World Social Justice Day, may I also add that because social justice is distributive justice, political and philosophical, and because social justice is fair treatment of all the people in society, including rights of minorities, equitable distribution of resources among communities, because social justice is about our equal access to wealth, opportunities, privileges within society. May we all take it seriously to have social justice planted in our hearts and in our relationships, so that as government, we govern with social justice on our mind. As individual, we live a life with, am I being fair to others? Is what I'm doing what I expect from them? May we all move in the spirit of World Social Justice Day, and let's have a better world, a better Africa, a better Nigeria, and a better home. Thank you. Happy Social Justice Day.